Season's greetings, Aquarians. Welcome to your Runescope for December 2014 with me. My name is Amanda. I just want to remind you quickly to check out the video for your rising sign as well. If you know it, that can clarify some things or emphasize some things that may come up in this very general sun sign reading for December. Of course, if you would like something more specific, you can schedule a private consultation with me. My private readings, I hone in on your energy, and it's much more personal and much more accurate because we'll be talking about any issues or concerns that you have personally rather than every Aquarius and Aquarius rising for these general sun sign readings. So drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video in the details section if you would like to set up an appointment. Please be patient. It can take a few days for me to get back to you. It just means that there are other people ahead of you in line. I schedule those in the order they're received. Also wanted to mention I do have holiday gift certificates available through December 19th. So if you want to purchase a reading for a loved one, just drop me a line. And the way that works is I just send you a PDF and you can either email it to them or print it out and give it to them or mail it to them, however you want to do it. So definitely contact me if you want to do that. But let's jump into December, Aquarians, and see what's coming up for you guys for the holidays. We've got a cat making an appearance for you guys. A fluff bomb, as one of my regulars calls it. Let's see what the tarot has to add to this. Okay, my dear Aquarians. The challenge for the month of December seems to be getting over an argument or harsh words that have been said, finding your way forward in some way. In a relationship, because I do have a rune and also a tarot card here dealing with a person. I have the Knight of Swords coming up in reverse. So this can be a person. If it signifies a person, it's most likely an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or another Aquarius like you, who has, you know, and maybe it's you, some of you Aquas. It does not have to be a male. It is presenting, this person is presenting as a knight, but it could also be a female. Either you or someone else maybe said some harsh words. When the swords are reversed, this is using your truth to cut, using words to cut. So, and it could just be talking about a situation, an argument where someone has said harsh things to you or vice versa. It'll be different for all of you, but yeah, the challenge for the month of December is finding a way forward. And it may feel, you may feel pressured to do this if this is a family member because, you know, it's the holidays. So, and everybody wants to have, you know, as little stress as possible around family relationships because, you know, it can be a stressful time for families who, you know, we all have a few members of our family that maybe we don't get along with the best. And then, you know, this is the time of year where we're seeing them, maybe for Thanksgiving and then also for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate in December. So, yeah, it is just an obstacle of starting anew, starting fresh. And I feel like Aquarius, for most of you, either you or the other person wants this really badly. Now, for some of you, this could be a project or a goal that you're trying to achieve, and maybe you're rushing, you want to achieve this or get something completed before the end of the year. And, you know, maybe you got news that was disappointing or maybe somebody that was supposed to be helping you with this. You know, maybe that's who you got into a disagreement with, or maybe there's a disagreement with a creative project regarding how to move forward, because these runes can also mean creative projects or something you're just trying to start, a new beginning that you're trying to start. For some of you, maybe it's a relationship that you know, something more recent, a newer relationship that, or maybe it's someone you met recently and you were hoping that this would be moving forward, and now you're not so sure about this person. Or, you know, maybe you got into an argument and you just feel like, oh God, this is the end. Well, we'll see as we move forward, you know, if we can get some clarification on that. Again, if that's what it is, really, if it's any of these things, a personal reading will be more specific, but because it'll be different for everyone since we have so many people watching these general readings. But help that's going to be available to you regarding this situation. I do feel like you will no longer be waiting. So you may not get the response that you want, but you will get a response. So if you've been waiting on communication from someone, you will no longer be having to wait. So I do feel, Aquarius, that a lot of you, if you've been waiting through November, you know, I think at some point in December you will, you know, if you've been waiting on some sort of communication regarding a job, regarding, you know, a new idea, a creative project, a relationship, whatever, you know, however this challenge is presenting for you, if you've been waiting on something like that, you know, you'll get some sort of response, but again, it seems like there's still something that needs to be completed. There's still, it's maybe a baby step, but it's not like what you know, the full, you know, resolution that maybe you've been waiting on, but still it's better than nothing. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I just feel like there's misunderstanding going on, between you and someone that you care about or something that you're working with or dealing with. And, it's almost like it was taken a bit too far and now you're kind of trying to find your way back from this. But I mean, the advice that the runes are giving here is to be patient, and that can be difficult, especially if you're in a hurry to finish something before the end of the year, or if you're in a hurry to get resolution to this problem, whatever it is. Patience can be difficult for you in December. And I think maybe the most difficult part for some of you is going to be that, you know, at least for part of December, you are still waiting, or you feel like your hands are tied in some way, with the Nine of Swords. I mean, that's, you know, we feel like we are bound and we can't move forward in some way. However, with this rune, it means, you know, it's the dark before the dawn. That's what you're experiencing right now. There's going to be a new way forward. And while it may not be like the total resolution you were hoping for in December, it's going to be a step in the right direction. So perhaps by early next year, you know, after the holidays and all of that is over with, you know, you can look at this and start fresh with it. So in December, take what you get from others to, as far as it comes to challenges or any issues that need to be resolved, Aquarius, because I feel like while it's not going to completely, you know, maybe be what you're expecting or what you feel is right, or the whole enchilada, as it were, it's moving towards that. Whatever this situation is, whatever your challenge is, how that manifests for you in December, it is moving in the direction that you want it to. It's just moving slowly, and maybe more slowly than you would like. But, you know, that's usually the case with all of us. Also, the advice, Aquarius, is whatever started this argument or misunderstanding or disagreement, just don't repeat any of that behavior. And, you know, if it's not you, if it's somebody else, they may repeat the same behavior. And then, you know, we only have control over how we respond to other people. We can't control, you know, what they're saying or you know, what they're doing or not doing. So the control for this will come if it's another person in their response. I'm sorry, in your response to how they're acting. So of course, if, you know, someone acted towards you in a negative way and you kind of went off on them and that just made them more despondent or more difficult, then take a look at that and see, okay, well, how can I get what I want out of this person, or how can I get what I want or need out of this situation? What's going to be most conducive to moving forward? And that can be very difficult to do when somebody's pushing your buttons. It really can. But Yeah, and don't respond to anything too quickly, any communication that comes in, even though you may be tempted to because it's something you've been waiting on for a long time. Or again, maybe it does press your buttons and you just want to really, you know, let someone have it. If that's the kind of behavior that got you into this situation, you definitely don't want to repeat it. As far as to how people are behaving, they're not going to be behaving much differently than they have before. So, I mean, but there may be some hint of progress, Aquarius. Yeah, I just feel like for most of you, you're dealing with a difficult person who's just very argumentative and stubborn and, you know, not wanting to be hearing what you have to say. So, what the runes are suggesting is that, you know, change your response and see if that, you know, try a new tactic. Try a new way of communicating, because, you know, it seems like whatever this is or whoever this is, you're relying on them for something, and until you kind of hear from them or deal with them, you can't move forward in some way. What can't be changed for December is that you are going to be, you know, there is a burden that will be lifted. Okay, so if it goes back to this situation, for some of you it may be this situation, for others it may be a totally different situation. For some of you it may have something to do with legal stuff. You may have a divorce pending or a legal case pending. If that's the case, I do feel like many of you will have this finalized in December, or be very close to it. So absolutely, those of you who are looking for legal advice or looking for a lawyer, you know, I do feel you can find someone to help you in December, even though, you know, so if you need someone quickly to jump on something, you know, before the holidays, I do feel like you guys can get some good legal advice if you're needing it. So yeah, it may not be totally completed because we have the Ten of Wands reversed next to this rune of Jera, which is the legal rune. So it may not be totally completed, but we're going to be really close. It's almost like just on the other side of the holidays, you're finally going to get I feel like you will know how it's going to play out, or maybe what the next steps are, because for most of you, it's going to be an unburdening. Somebody's going to help you out, and you're just going to feel like, oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thank God. Thank God. So, and it doesn't have to be legal. It can be actually dealing with any kind of bureaucratic organization or governmental agency. You know, green cards, or getting a marriage license, anything where you know, food stamps. I mean, applying for anything that you have to do to, that's dealing with an office or officials. You know, you're gonna get what you need from this and just feel like, oh, you know, I'm so glad I got that taken care of. So there is, and also a lot of us are just going to be having some time off. We'll have vacation in December and get a chance to breathe and just take a break, take a rest, and get recharged before we start the next year. So by the end of December, Aquarius, there is a new beginning. So, you know, those of you who are challenged with whatever this goal is, or with this miscommunication, or with this idea that you're trying to move forward on, you're definitely moving by the end of December forward. And people are going to be helping you out. I feel like you have support. You have a lot of support. So yeah, if this was a family member, I mean, I'm really seeing a lot of joy around at the end of December, around the holidays. So I don't feel like this, you know, whatever this is going to carry over into that for most of you. It will be dealt with. If it's someone in the family, I feel like you'll get to a point where you can at least, you know, interact with each other without it being confrontational or icky. So that's good. No, I see you having a very joyous holiday, and new beginnings, new way forward, because we have a lot of runes here having to do with creativity and new starts, new ideas, and people supporting you in those ideas. So Aquarius, those of you who are creative, if you're an artist or you know, a musician, or whatever it is that you do creatively, or if you're starting a new business, whatever this is, people are going to be really excited for you, because I feel like you'll be sharing it with your friends or family in December, and they're going to be like, oh, that is a great idea, or wow, that is such a great song, or you know, they're really going to be interested in what it is that you're doing. So don't hide it. Definitely, share with people what you've been doing. And, I feel like they're going to be really excited about it. A lot of people are just going to really like the gifts you get for them, Aquarius, and vice versa. I think you guys are going to get a lot of cool stuff this year for the holidays. And, you're going to do some very awesome shopping for other people too, because I feel like everybody's going to be very like, wow, I really wanted this, or wow, this is like the perfect gift for me. Thank you. And you're going to get some stuff you've been waiting on too, Aquarius. So I'm very, very glad to tell you that. And I'm also glad to tell you that any pain or heartache that you've maybe been dealing with this second half of 2014, the steps to resolve it are at least that first step is going to be taken in December, and I think you'll immediately see some results from that. So that is what I see for December, Aquarius. Happy holidays again. And did want to remind you, I will be posting the yearly overview for 2015, probably towards the end of December. So definitely come back and check that out. And I will see you then.